So just woke up. First things first, coffee. So I drink it's just black for a few reasons. Like it's just easy. You know, if I ever go somewhere, I don't have to worry about getting my special drink. But you know, you got to get your caffeine in for the day. Black coffee, no calories. I think this is already cup 2, but I call it cup 1 because the first cup is actually just cup 0. All right, so I'm gonna prep my pre and post workout nutrition or drinks. So I have my shaker here that I'm gonna put my pre-workout in. So what I use is pre-gym. I've been using this for a long time, probably like 10 years, ever since the guy made this stuff. It's got caffeine, branched chain amino acids, a little bit of creatine, but I've already had coffee, so I don't need a lot more caffeine. So I'm just gonna do like a little half scoop of this, maybe even less than that, to be honest, because I've had a little more coffee today than usual. And then I also like to put Carbolin. So this is carbohydrates and electrolytes. It's about 110 calories per scoop. So what I usually do is when especially because I'm cutting right now, is I'll do a full scoop, but I'll divide it in half. So I like to divide it in my pre-workout and then put the other half in what's going to be my post-workout. And then also with post-workout, that's when I like to take my creatine. So get a full scoop of creatine here. It should be about 5 grams of creatine. This isn't even the brand I use. I buy it from Amazon. I just reuse the tub. So any creatine monohydrate will work. So yeah, that's my pre and post workout. I'll drink this. I'll mix this in my shaker towards the end of my workout and drink it on the way home. So this is my first meal of the day. It's about 9 o'clock. I've already gone to the gym, trained someone this morning. So this is my first meal. I don't necessarily do intermittent fasting. I mean, I woke up around 5. So I do wait a little while to eat breakfast. I'm just not really like that hungry. I don't like going to the gym with a bunch of food on my stomach. I had a little bit of carbs in my pre-workout and my post-workout, so I'm not fasted, but this is my first full meal of the day. So I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty elaborate. This is my most elaborate meal of the day by far. It really just evolved. I used to just eat ground turkey meat that we prepped already and made into taco meat. We make like 5 pounds of this stuff and share it between the two of us. It only takes a few days to actually go through it. But I used to just have turkey and eggs. Now I've got all this stuff because I'm cutting and I wanted to add more volume to my breakfast and just fill me up a little bit more without adding a ton of calories. So I'll quickly just go through all this. So I'm not going to show you how I cook all this because I'm not a chef. I just throw it all in a pot and cook it till it's done. But anyways, so I'm going to grab like a big handful of mushrooms, peas, rice, and this is what I'm really cutting back on right now because I am cutting, so I'm kind of subbing in more cauliflower rice that I just hit in the microwave. I'll just throw a bunch of this in there. Even like over a half a cup is only like 25 calories or something, so I'm really not concerned with that. Then for our protein sources, we got egg whites, eggs, and the turkey meat. Also, and then for dessert, we've got some blueberries. These weren't super sweet, so I added a little bit of honey and cinnamon on top of these. So that's what we're going to do for breakfast, and I will show you what it looks like when it's all done and what the macros are. All right, so here's the finished product. Covered it in sriracha sauce, which has 0 calories, and a little bit of salt. So you can tell it's like a massive, this thing's heavy too. Like, so this is like a massive amount of food. It's got about 800 calories. So it's going to keep me pretty full for a long time. It's just a lot of volume. It actually takes me like quite a while to like eat all this. So very satisfied, feel very full, which is really important when you're cutting. Tons of protein. This is like 80 grams of protein. I think it's like 25 grams of fat and like 75 grams of carbs when you add in the blueberries and honey as well. I like to wash it down with Waterloo or just any like kind of sparkling water, Topo Chico, whatever you want. 0 calories. The bubbles kind of make you feel full as well. So I'm going to be pretty full for like 4 or 5 hours, which is awesome when you're cutting. So you're not like grabbing snacks and things like that. So that's breakfast. So guys, lunchtime around 2 o'clock. So I keep my middle of the day really quick and easy. So I weigh out about 90 grams of cooked rice, 6 ounces of ground turkey made into taco meat, and then I fry 1 egg. Gonna cover it in sriracha like I did for breakfast, which now that I say it out loud, it's very similar to breakfast, just about 20 less ingredients. So it's pretty high protein, pretty low calorie lunch because it's just really quick. I think it's about like 42 grams of protein, only like 400 calories for lunch. Just real quick and easy, so I can either go play golf or get a little more work done. All right, so dinner. I'm a big fan of steak, so I'm always really excited when it's time for dinner. I do eat steak every single day. So when you are weighing your steak, you should technically do it before you cook it, so you should weigh it raw. I found out that like for a New York strip, I want to consume about 9 ounces of raw. So I've like tested it before, and so it's around like 8.5 ounces of when it's cooked. So that's what I weighed today. Got about 200 grams of sweet potato and 200 grams of broccoli. So the steak is very calorically dense, right? So this is almost like 1,000 calories. This is 980 calories because that is like 9 ounces of steak. The macros on this, it's high protein, high fat, relatively low carbs. So we're looking at like 78 grams of protein, 50 grams of fat, and like 52 grams of carbs. So a big meal, but I've worked a lot today, worked out, did yard work, so ready for this one. All right, so maybe you didn't see this one coming. Dessert. Chocolate chip pancakes from Kodiak Cakes. So they are protein pancakes. We've been eating these for years. We spent a lot of money on Kodiak products, so we should probably like have some stock in this company by now. But anyway, so I just did 1 serving, 53 grams, just mixed with water. And then we have sugar-free, very low-calorie syrup. It's like, 5 calories per 2 tablespoons. So very low calorie, good little protein. So this is, I think altogether, this is only 210 calories. It's 14 grams of protein. They are protein pancakes. Low fat, so we only got like 3 grams of fat and like 35 grams of carbs. So delicious dessert. All right, guys, so thanks for following along. That's my full day of eating right now as I'm cutting. So I'm in a calorie deficit. Over years, you figure out what your calorie maintenance is by tracking your food. So right now, my maintenance is right around like 3,200 to 3,000 calories, depending on how much activity I have that day. So I'm right now going for about 2,500 calories, which we got right at that. Very high protein. You'll notice I didn't even have a protein shake today. So all the grams of protein I got today came from whole, real food. So that keeps you really full, makes it much easier to cut. Another trick that we have is that you'll notice that a lot of the stuff we had was already prepped, but it wasn't already put together. So I think that's a big flaw when you do meal prepping, is when you make a bunch of batches of your rice or chicken, you put it all together or whatever it is. By like day 3, it doesn't taste that good. So we have like kind of mother ingredients that we just put together when it's time to actually make your meal instead of making it ahead of time. So that's what we found out what really works for us. If you've never meal prepped, that's definitely a good way to kind of dip your foot in the water to try it out. But yeah, so thanks for following along, and comment and like and subscribe.